there's enough profit built into a print that I can give money to causes, so I choose to do it.
Oh, that's amazing. I had no idea that. I thought you gave them the prints and they sold them. So a lot of times you just, within your distribution system you've created, you just take it out and give a portion to them.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, no one has to buy art. No one has, it's not, you know, you go to the grocery store and you know, a loaf of bread costs an extra 50 cents because the bread company is going to give money to the NRDC, you know. Someone has a choice. They go to my website, and if the base price of a poster signed in numbered edition of $450 is $45, maybe I'm selling it for $50, and $10 is going to the cause, where you know I'm sort of taking a hit of $5 on my side, and the consumer's taking a $5 hit on their side. I do that all the time.
And one of the really interesting things about the way you've done business is that you created your own distribution system. You once mentioned how when you were making T-shirts and stickers and selling them, you know, there was always a middleman. You wouldn't get paid. They sold them for a lot more than you would sell them. So and then just the internet allowed you to take it all in house.
Yeah.
Can you talk a bit about that?
Well, you know, I had a lot of ideas about how a street art campaign could work. In some ways, like a punk rock chain letter, you know, where people send a chain letter around because you know there's this idea of something going viral, and that you know the chain letter says, you know, this has traveled around the globe 7 times, and people are like, wow, you know, that's a cool thing to be part of. I had noticed that in skateboard culture, people loved stickers, but they were $1 each at the skate shop. So I made my stickers. At first, they were free. I would just send them out. I said, you know, run ads in magazines where I paid for the ad, paid to make the stickers, paid to cut the stickers up, send them out, the postage.
Wait, can I just point out you didn't go to business school?
No, no, I didn't. But and then I thought, all right, you know, I'm losing too much money doing this. But the idea being that people will participate in the proliferation of the stickers and my experiment in phenomenology if the stickers don't cost anything, and then later I decided, or are very cheap, being 5 cents each instead of $1 each. And I also would send proof sheets so that people can Xerox their own stickers if they were that motivated. Yeah. But then, you know, I loved to wear T-shirts, still do, and I decided, well, I can fund the stickers and the posters I'm doing on the street by selling some T-shirts. And you know, my idea was a lot of people said to me, why don't you just get a grant, because this is an interesting project. I was like, yeah, I'm sure they're going to take me really seriously when I say I really enjoy mischievously putting up stickers of Andre the Giant. I think it has real social value. Can you please give me money? I just didn't think that was realistic. And I also, to be completely honest, felt that too much art existed purely in an academic context. That if I made my sticker campaign work like, you know, a viral marketing campaign that was both subversive but creating some cultural currency that would, you know, yield interest from, you know, if nothing else, you know, hipsters that are like, this sticker's, you know, it's cool, it's like the secret handshake if you know what it is. But now I gotta step up and get a T-shirt, you know. And I figured if it works that way, and it functions, it functions within the sort of underground hipster, you know, in that realm commercially, as well as just as something that you get free, that I could continue to grow and perpetuate the project. And pretty much every entrepreneurial thing that I've done has been an extension of just necessity, you know, the needs to figure out how to grow what I was doing on my terms without having to work for somebody else.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because I was speaking about this, and the guy who invented the Android phone, and sold his company Google, and he pointed out, said, do you realize that Shepard's business model predates the Web 2.0 business model, which is, to create critical mass and then build a website and sell stuff, which is, simplified obviously, but basically that's what you did.
So for everyone who's really, really cynical, that was him explaining my 20-year teaser campaign. I did go to business school. Well, that's nice. But the truth is, whether it was going to make me a good living or not, I'd probably be doing the same thing. But fortunately, it's worked that I feel at least that exactly what I want to do as an artist, I'm able to do, and yet I can make a living, and I choose to try to facilitate a lot of other cool projects that someone who was maybe keeping it more real, working at a cafe and complaining how miserable they are. Isn't that what you have to be miserable to be a good artist, right? I did 10 years of poverty, so I think that's I got my misery cred in there, but sleeping driving to New York, sleeping in my car, all that. But in the end, I felt like being in control of my own destiny was really important. So I'd have to figure out how to make it work as a business.
Yeah, and there's an interesting kind of play there because your work is very visually arresting. I mean, it's very appealing. People like it. They want to buy it. But at the same time, you always felt you mentioned once that you felt that doing having this multidisciplinary practice, doing graphic design, and working outside of the established art world was very liberating because when you made a work of art, you didn't have to conform to the collector's taste.
Right, that's a really good point. I think that a lot of people, I went to art school. I went to the Rhode Island School of Design, and I studied illustration. I don't think that I had enough of a sense of what I would do as a painter to even think of going into the painting department, but most of the people at RISD who consider themselves fine artists with some sort of unique vision that the world had never seen, that was just gonna blow people's minds and change everything. They ended up saying, well, my gallerist said that this style is hot right now. This is what I've got to do. And I actually felt that working as a graphic designer, as long as I had a base level of income, that meant that I could do whatever I wanted with my street art and my fine art. And in fact, I did see some backlash when I made some of my anti-Bush posters when that was unpopular around 2003. A lot of people unsubscribed from my email list and were very vocal about how I should move in with the Taliban if I love them so much and stuff like that. But I felt relieved knowing that no matter how much some of my fine art was offending some people, that Sprite or whoever might actually still need my graphic design talents, and even if they, were clenching their jaw and saying, we don't agree with this guy's politics over here, I could still take their money and